Now it's working, but it's working on my phone. I thought that it was gonna work on my
Sorry.
computer. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, can you hear me really well? Really well, right?
Yeah. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. So how should I call you, Bruna, Melissa? Because I remember meeting you as
Call me Bruna
Melissa, Bruna.
because my followers from India liked more Melissa, which for me is not a problem because my name is Bruna Melissa. So Bruna,
Gotcha.
are you in Argentina right now?
Yeah, Buenos Aires, exactly.
Oh, okay. And you plan to stay there for a while?
I'm planning to stay here for 2 more months, 3 more months, maybe.
3 more months?
Yeah.
Just
Um.
Aires or you're to Bariloche or Villa Langostura?
Buenos Aires 1 month, and then I would like to go Cordoba, Mendoza, maybe Bariloche. I don't know. I would like to wait until August when snow season will start.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been there. Beautiful. It's and I don't know what country are you from.
It's
I know
just-
that you speak Spanish, but I don't know what country you're from because I met
I
you.
don't know. Yeah,
I
yeah.
I
No,
don't
yeah,
remember.
yeah. I'm from Peru. I'm Peruvian.
Oh, you're Peruvian. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So I wanted to start the live talking a little about yeah. I plan to start the live introducing you. So guys, this is Diego. He's, as he said, he's from Peru. He also works as a nomad, and I met him when I was in Selena. He was you were working there, right? Or you were
No, well, actually, I wasn't working at Selena. I was living as a guest at Selena, but by that time I had already 2 months living there in Selena Juarez.
really didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I,
was like part of the family. That's why everybody used to think that I used to work there.
no, no, not in Selena. I was saying that you were working remotely.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
not in Selena. My English is not good right now, so sometimes I will make
Okay,
some
okay.
the it's not sometimes the word's not coming. Well, but thank you for being here today, and so for you, my followers that a lot of things messed up. It's my first live I'm doing, so I think
Yeah, no worries.
I learnings about my knowledge about computer and things like that are not so good. So still learning. So my first question for you is when did you decided to become a digital nomad?
Okay. Um, Everything started back in 2020, almost by the end of 2020. I heard the first time that I heard about digital nomadism was during 2016, if I'm not wrong. So by that time, I made a promise to myself that at some point of my life, I will be living as a digital nomad and traveling from one place to another place. So when the pandemic started, I got my first remote job, and I knew that there was like a lot of people traveling while they were working. So I decided to start in traveling inside my country first. By the beginning of 2021, and after that, I decided to start moving around Latin America. And actually, everything was a plan. It's supposed that this year, 2023, I should be at Asia, Thailand, but I think that I'm gonna delay that plan a little bit, at least one more year.
Yeah, but why? You think
Mm,
it's hard to be there? It's hard to go there. I plan to go there, but I think it's expensive for me right now. At least the flights, not the cost. Because I searched a little bit, and I saw a lot of vlogs about YouTubers that were there, and were
yeah.
not expensive.
Well, mainly to meet different countries around the world. I mean, I don't want to wait some specific date during the year in order to planify my vacations. And okay, I'm gonna have 1 week in order to go this place and another place. The main reason I could say is that I want to live like the way that the local people used to live in each specific cities. Not only living with the tourists and going outside with the people that are on vacation. Instead, I do really like oh, to share with the local people. No, no worries, no worries. Almost, I saw that
Uh,
my crashed, my YouTube application crashed, but everything is working.
Okay, so I'll ask you one more. What do you think you had to leave behind when you decided to live as a digital nomad?
What do I have to live?
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I reduced in a several way the amount of clothes that I used to have. The sneak
A month of what?
clothes, like my shirts, my pants.
Ah, okay.
So, uh, well, that moment. Well, actually, I didn't get rid of all my stuff. To be honest, all my like stuff, we could say that it is still in my room, in my home base, which is Arequipa. But
Oh, so you're from Arequipa.
yeah, exactly.
I've been there. That place, it's unbelievable. The volcanoes. I
Yeah,
really want a hike there, but I couldn't. I was so tired. Every part of my body hurts. But okay, you can continue.
yeah, no, no worries, no worries. But going back to your question, I could say that well, the most difficult part would be the clothes, and
Your
living.
family, not your friend
Well,
or
what?
place that you attach.
Okay, that is a good question. The thing is that I left leaving Arequipa by the end of 2019. So I moved from Lima. So before becoming a digital nomad, I spent 2 years in a row living alone by myself, with no friends, without going outside, hanging out.
Okay.
So we could say that regarding that topic, it was not difficult because I didn't used to going outside too much, at least in Lima, Peru. And my life were like kind of repetitive. So that's why another reason I decided to starting moving from one zone to another zone, like going out to your comfort zone, which is kind of ironically because if you keep moving from after 1 month, 2 months, then you ended up making a question like, what is your comfort zone if you're moving to one place to another place?
Yeah, I understand you. I really understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm traveling, I don't know how to. When I was traveling alone, because this months ago I wasn't traveling alone, but when I was always traveling alone, sometimes I don't know if that happened to you. That sometimes you really want to talk with people and go out and go to the places, and sometimes you just want to rest and not talk to anyone because it's like at the same time you are in your you are always out of your comfort zone. This is what I see, because you're not, when you're staying in hostels, so you don't have always your privacy. You always have someone, so sometimes you're passing through some emotional things, so you just want to, yeah, no, I want my time. I want to stay quiet and stay just alone. I don't want to talk a lot because I'm not feeling good. But 2 days later, you were like, yeah, I want to go out. I want to go to the beach. I want to enjoy the place. I don't know if that happened to you, but sometimes it happened to me, because it's like, it's if sometimes you pass through a lot of things.
Yeah. No, no,
So you
it
can you
happened to me. It happened to me. It's really exhausting, you know.
yeah, I agree. When I talk to people that isn't, they are not traveling, they don't understand that, because sometimes they ask, yeah, that would be a dream to always work and travel. Yeah, it is a dream, but sometimes you get exhausted because you don't have time just to, you arrive to a place, uh, and you have your time to get to know the I don't know how to
To
explain
appreciate,
it,
to
to
appreciate.
the place, and adapt yourself. Sometimes you went to the place and a lot of things start happening, so you sometimes you're in another country and with other people. Sometimes people don't treat you well, sometimes they do. So that I think it's interesting for us to, at least for me, I think it got me more mature. Sometimes, not always, not always. But yeah, what do you think about it? Do you agree with that? You don't agree?
No, I think you're right. I think that the thing is that when you're doing this like a lot of months, at some point of your journey, you're gonna be tired of meeting new people, which is okay. I think so because you have like the same repetitive questions like where are you from, how have you been here, oh Peru, Machu Picchu, oh ceviche, that kind that kind of stuff, you know, which is okay because that is the way that you used to meet new travelers. But if you do that 1,000 times, then you're gonna be exhausted about doing that. And the fact also, the downside regarding digital nomadism, I could say that it's the fact that you're not able to develop a relationship with somebody else. It doesn't matter if it's like loving relationship. I mean, in terms of friendship,
And like, yeah,
also apply. Because you only have like 2 days, 3 days in order to share with that person, and then if you made a really good connection, then the time will fly, and it will be like difficult. Should I message that person? I don't know. That person will reply me like the same way that we used to talk. Um, so that's one thing that I don't really like about this lifestyle, I could say.
yeah. I will add just one more thing. That it's really, I agree with you. When I was traveling, sometimes I met people that I was like, oh my god, it's a great friend. I want to stay in touch, and the people
Just leave.
just leave. So you're like, yeah, I don't know if we can still talking and everything. But sometimes I met people when I was traveling. I can say about Laura and some friends that I have, that it became more stronger than friends that I have in my home, where I live.
Yeah.
So, and people that I've met when I was traveling sometimes offer like, oh, if you go to this place or to this country where I live, you have a home.
Yeah.
So this is really nice, because sometimes people that you just met offer you that, and you have a more a deeper connection than a person that you met when you were a kid and you are a friend and they don't do the same, you know. So this is something that I really enjoy when I'm traveling, because and even when I was traveling, I saw sometimes friends that I always um, they were my friends since I was a kid, and people I just met, people that I just met, support me more in some decisions or whatever than friends that were with me all my life. So I don't know if you had that. So I really think it's interesting because like you just met people and people are like, and the person is, oh, if you go to Australia, I have a home there, you can be my guest. And sometimes a person that I always knew, that I knew since I was a kid, lived just I don't know, in another city and never said that, you know. So I
No,
think the different connection that travelers have. This is really a good point of that travelers have.
no, I totally understand what you mean.
Did that happen to you?
Yeah, like building those types of connection without knowing that is gonna happen. You know, actually, I well with one of those friends that I met at Colombia at Medellin. He's from Vietnam. Well, I met two guys, one from Vietnam, another guy from Netherlands, and we decided to actually live together at Florianopolis like 2 months ago. We rented a house.
Really? That's so nice. Didn't
Yeah,
know.
because we didn't. Well, actually, I've never have like roomies. So and everything that I used to move from one city to another city, I used to stay at Selena, which is this kind of big hotel chain regarding digital nomadism. Mm, so we decided, well, everybody wanted to go to Brazil, and we were like, okay, we should rent an Airbnb, you know, instead of spending our money in any other. Yeah, so that's why I went to Florianopolis, Florida. It was a really good experience, a really nice experience, uh, but also like convivence with people more than 1 month, it could be like kind of difficult.
Different.
Yeah, yeah.
Because always the person is not always in a good mood. Sometimes,
No, yeah, it's
yeah,
true.
the lower vibe of the person. Because sometimes you met people and just met, and the person is really good. It's really welcoming, and then you start doing that for a month, and the
Yeah,
welcome
that
just
that is not
just
like
just run.
yeah.
So I want to ask you, in your point of view, is it worth it to work as a digital nomad and to work and still
Um,
travel and work and at the same time, full time?
yeah, it's totally worth it, but it's gonna depend at the end of the day about what you like, because maybe I think this lifestyle could not be for everybody, because since you have to move from one place to another place after some specific months, let's say, because if you're planning to move, because I did that at the beginning, like I was trying to stay in each place only 1 week or 2 weeks, and that is the worst idea that I could ever did, because if I'm gonna work from Monday to Friday, that means that I only have 2 days during the week, which is Saturday and Saturday, and to do whatever I want. So if I'm gonna stay 1 week on each place, that means that I will only have 2 days to meet the city in a proper way, and not all the weekends I have a lot of energy. So having said that, it's totally worth it, but if you're planning to stay at least at least 1 month, between 1 month or 3 months in each specific city in order to make good friends and having a routine, like keeping your good habits. So, yep.
Yeah, I think you did a live with her, with Maria in Peru, and
Yeah,
we talked about it, that because she also live as a digital no not a digital nomad, but she work remotely and she travels. And when I arrived in the hostel, she was so organized with her things, and I was like, I really want to be like that. And she was explaining, I have to be like that because otherwise my life don't
right.
work, because I have to work, so I have to wake up in that time and start working. And so if you're not organized with that, that won't work,
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess.
because you have to plan a place to have your internet. She you don't always have your day free, right? You work all day, every day, right? So sometimes you just have 2 or 3 hours left in a day to enjoy, and you're so tired to enjoy it. So probably it would be like 2 days in a week to enjoy. And she was like, "Yeah, you have to be so, guys. For you that you are planning to be a digital nomad, you have to be organized to work remotely. Because if you don't, that would be a problem, a big problem."
Yeah.
So
Well, one tip could be like trying to, once you get a remote job for your first time, could be like trying to work from your home at least 3 months, 6 months, in case you've never experienced any remote work before, because you're not gonna have your boss behind your head, like screaming to you, or telling you the things that you need to do instead of going to your bed and taking a power nap. So that could be a good idea before.
yeah, I agree. I agree, because when you're working and you have uh, a boss in your ears. I don't know how to say that, but
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
really hard. And sometimes you work more than if you were working, uh, like
With helps, you mean?
if you were in an office.
Yeah,
I think when you have a boss and you're working remotely, you
you work
uh,
or
you
you.
do sometimes more hours than if you work in an office.
No, if you're alone.
No, no. If you have a boss and
Yeah,
you are working remotely,
yeah, yeah.
sometimes you work more than if you work in
I
an
know,
office,
yeah,
like
yeah. I know what you
always one place. Because sometimes it's Friday night and the person's calling, I need you to do that and that and that and that for that kind of date, and you just start travel. I don't know about you, but when I did some works, sometimes I worked more than if I was in the office. Because the person was like, okay, I need for that day this and that. So to do everything like that, I missed like the 2 days free that I had.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So sometimes you work more.
I know what you mean. But I think that is gonna depend at the end of the day about the job uh, culture company. People
Yeah,
need to be aware that they cannot bother you after 6 p.m. or once the office is already closed.
I didn't know that. So
Yeah,
my boss was always calling me in the wrong time to ask something. So yeah, unfortunately, I worked more, but that would work great. That worked great. as well. So because I learned a lot. So
But are you working remotely right now, right?
I'm working. Yeah, I'm working on YouTube. So I have YouTube. I work with Facebook with my own page. I have my blog on Wix, and I work with Instagram and TikTok. TikTok, I'm still
The
that.
trend. Yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning for me, TikTok was. Uh, I still. I think TikTok sometimes put some bad things there. I don't know if you have the same, not bad things, but it's because sometimes you open the TikTok and people are just saying um, toxic things. Like it was like let's let's talk about good things, guys. Let's talk about good things, and you just roll it and have like I don't know. It's different for me because my Instagram, it's basically surfing, traveling, just good things. I like to have those things to attract that.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that if you if you see something, uh, the things that you see every day that attract good things for you. So if you see just bad things every day, you will attract the same thing. So yeah, basically that. So TikTok for me, I'm still getting used to it. I think the traveling for the travelers, it's beginning to be a good thing. I don't know in your country, but at least for me, at least in Brazil, I can see it's not always about traveling. It's more about personal issues.
Oh, really? That's what you mean.
In your country, but in Brazil, it's really popular about personal things.
Like sharing the way how the people used to feel, or but in a bad way. You mean like a really toxic community?
It's yeah, it's because some people are saying about yeah. I don't know. Let's move on. That way, I won't say bad things about TikTok.
Okay, okay.
So I want to ask you, what do you recommend for those who want to do the same, to want to work and travel at the same time? What would you say if was you?
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be like first of all, you're gonna need to get an skill in case you not have that skill, and this skill has to be well. You're gonna need to be able to develop this skill in a remote way, and I mean using a computer. And it well, I think that most of the people used to think that you need to be a programmer or software engineer, or something like that to become a digital nomad, because most of the people that I used to know, well, most of them are software engineers. But it's not true, because I met a lot of people. They used to be like digital marketers, or well, copywriters, or I don't know, content creation too. So, but before start, before start with your nomad journey, I highly suggest you to like having at least 3 months or 4 months of income, like in your save account, in order to having a plan B in case the things didn't work as you expected. Um, and what I want to mean with that, let's say that you get fired during your nomad journey, then you're gonna need to get another remote job. So during that process, then you already have like your savings in your account, so you will be able still to pay the rent and buying for your own food and doing the regular stuff that you need to do in order to be alive. So yep, I think so. That could be the tip. It's gonna be a process at the end of the day, because if you already not have like a remote job first, then you're gonna need to figure it out. What can you do? And after that, trying to invest maybe on education, on courses on internet. Well, fortunately nowadays there are a lot of like different source of knowledge where you can pay or you cannot in order to get in a new skill.
And did you plan to when you start your journey? Did you plan like, yeah, I will do this course and save 5 months of income to?
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, I planned that. Actually, I with the first salary that I received, we could say I decided to pay like a couple of e-learning platforms, and then I paid for another program which is called Talently.tech. But that website is gonna it is going to work only for you if you're a programmer, because with that company Talently.tech, what they do is if you already have more than 2 years experience as a software engineer or as a programmer, then they will be able to get you, or maybe connect with abroad companies, with companies from USA, companies from Canada, companies from wherever around the world. And once you will be connected with those company, and in case they decided to contract you, then you're gonna need to pay like your first salary, like the 100% of your first salary to this to Talently.tech. That is the way that they used to make money. But by the other side is like you're gonna keep that salary the rest of your life, so I think that it's pretty fair. So
Know about that.
yeah, really really interesting. Well, that startup is working only with programmers. I'm not really sure if, well, at this point there should be something similar with any other career, but I didn't, well, try to make a research by myself.
And my last question for you, I don't know if you heard about online websites that do uh,
Together,
like for nomads,
yeah.
like Upwork and websites like that. Do you think as a digital nomad, it's better for you to have like a work that it's how can I say, like you are hired to do some it's for me sometimes to speak English, sometimes I forget the, like to do some works I start again. If you are hired to do just one job and you have just one boss, you are paid monthly, that kind of that type of income. But this websites work with free jobs, let's say. So you do one job and they will pay that amount for you.
Okay, you're talking about the freelancers, like
Yeah.
the.
Thank you so much. That is the word that I was searching. So, do you think it's a good option for a digital nomad to work as a freelancer? Because it's a good option to make more money if you are up to do like, yeah, I would do five different works here, so I will make more money, or just have
Well, it's gonna be different because I met a lot of freelancers during my journey. But the thing is, freelancing, sometimes you're gonna make a lot of money. I don't know. So th- there are gonna be some months that you will be able to get, let's say, $3,000 per month. But by the other side, there's gonna be months where you will be able to make only 500 dollars. You know, so you're gonna need to be wise regarding your finances. You're gonna need to track absolutely everything in order to see how can you divide your expenses during the weeks or during the months. Actually, I used to, which doesn't happen if you have like a regular job, you know, like 9 to 5 job, because you're gonna receive the same amount of money every 15 days or every 30 days. So that give you the ability to having a budget, like a monthly budget, in order to planify all the weeks, all the, I don't know, the next 3 months, what are you planning to do. And actually, going back to the finances point, I by the time that I stopped living in Arequipa and I moved to Lima, I remember that I had like 30 dollars, 30 USD, and actually my mom gave me that money, you know, because well, one of the reasons that I left Arequipa was because I well, it's a huge story, but in long story short, I this to have a company, let's say like a digital advertising agency with another friend, but after 2 years we didn't make money. So that's why I decided to move to Lima in order to, okay, to become an employment and to become the thing that I swore to myself that I will be in charge to destroy. But that didn't happen. So by the time that I got that job and I only had 30 USD, I don't know how, but after 1 week I didn't have more money. So I downloaded that application. Well, this application is called Monify, like Monify. So I started tracking absolutely everything, every kind of expense that I used to have. Even if I want to buy a bubble gum, then I'm gonna put that expense into the application. So at the end of the month, I have like a pie chart regarding all my expenses. Okay, I invest like, well, I expense the 30% on rent. I don't know, 25% on drinks, 20% on clothes. So in case you lose your job, then you have data. I don't know, 1 year data in order to see, okay, this could be the thing that I could like stop buying. I don't know, like in case you used to buy like 100 Coca-Colas, sodas during the month, then you're gonna stop drinking Coca-Cola, or you're gonna stop drinking beers, or you're gonna stop buying stuff that you don't need until you will get another job. So if you're planning to be a freelancer, then having one of those applications could be really, really helpful during your nomad journey.
I would just add one more thing that I really want to share, because when I was traveling, I saw those things because I'm a woman, so I like to have more clothes to wear, you know. And when I was planning my trip to Peru, I had all the places I wanted to go, but the problem was to do my backpack. That was a big problem for me because I was like, I would be in the desert, I would be in a place with snow, I would be in Lima, so it's hot, and I would be, I don't know, in Titicaca Lake, where is
Yeah, kind of
oh,
cool.
so it's a swim place. So I was like, how can I fit everything in one bag? Not that was so hard for me. That was so hard for me. I don't
But
know. For guys, that it's more easy. For girls, sometimes it's harder.
okay, this is the, well, I used to travel with two backpacks. Okay, a regular one, which is well, the backpack that I used to put my laptop, my notebook, my camera, all that, like the technological stuff. And this one, can you see it? It's like a backpacker bag.
And this one is 15 liters or
No,
something.
it's this one is it's 60 liters.
60.
Yeah, 60.
Oh, mine it's 50, because that way I don't have to
Wait. How much?
uh 50.
50. Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't have like a lot of.
I take it in the plane with me. I don't have to,
Mm,
how
yeah.
can I say it? Like put it pay more to
The carry on and
I can put in the top when you're going inside the plane. You can put in the top. I don't have to.
yeah, the carry on
Yeah, exactly. So I don't have to pay more.
and the
That's
other
a
taking.
great thing for me when you're traveling a lot and you have to buy sometimes to book some flights and just on time. So you're paying more for the flights and you just have to pay more for your luggage. So I think it's a good option when you're traveling for a long time to
Okay,
not.
yeah, I know what you mean. That's something that I discovered recently, and I didn't know at the beginning, because every time that I used to buy flight tickets, I used to buy flight tickets with, with letting, what is the word? I mean, you have carry on and carry on versus checked bag. Yeah, the checked bag is when you go
Ah,
to the
okay, okay.
counter and you say to the lady, "Hey, can I check my luggage?" You give them your luggage, right? But I thought at the beginning that if you wanted to check your bag, you need to pay for like the check bag, you know. But the thing is, if you paid for your carry-on, which is this tiny luggage where you can put over your seat in the inside the plane,
Yeah,
you can go to the counter and actually ask for the lady, "Hey, can I would like to check my bag, which is my carry-on, but I don't want to bring this thing with me. Can I put well, you can take care of my luggage," and they're gonna be willing to do that, because I have a friend. He's working on on Latam, and he told me that most of the times, actually, they receive like a compensation if the flight departure at the time. How are you gonna do that? Like helping all the people to put their carry on in a faster way over the seats, you know. So
yeah,
so what they want is, if you're able to put to check your bag on the counter and not bringing your bag with you, it's going to be faster because you're not going to invest time putting your bag over your seat, you know.
yeah,
So um, so that's why I didn't know that I could do that. So after I realized about it, I only tried to put, actually, that backpack, which is 60 liters. I already have that. It doesn't have more than 10 kilograms regarding clothes. So if it doesn't have more than 10 kilograms, which is like the regular weight for a carry-on luggage, then you will be able to check that bag into the into the airline. And yep, I think that's it. And well, also I used to travel only with two jackets, and I think that's it. But but you're right, because if you're planning to go to a summer place, and I don't know, after 2 months you're planning to move to a winter place, then you're gonna need.
you need to be prepared.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was what I was trying to say. I think I had to learn a little to make things work out. So a shirt that will serve for if I'm doing a hike, if I'm going out, if I'm in a place that is summer, and so that helped me to have leave more things behind to because you're always carrying those things, and I don't know about you, but my bag it's really heavy. So and I was always with some marks here because of the always sometimes, because I have one to put here and one to put in front here. So that way, that had give me balance to not fall. Because sometimes this one was so heavy, I was always. And but yeah, so I had to learn to carry less things and just the essential things, like the most important things with me. Then like, yeah, sometimes I would need that. No, I won't take this one. I would just take what is important for me. And I think this is a good thing about traveling for a long time. You start learning to just carry the most essential things you need, and
Yeah,
last you don't go to a place and you're like, yeah, I would buy this and this and this, because sometimes you don't have money, you don't have
please.
uh, place to carry, and so you start living more minimalism.
Minimalism. Yeah, you're right.
Always, not always, but you start sometimes to doing like that.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
if you want to say anything for a person that want to start traveling, please feel free. If you want to say anything else, feel free to do it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for
Thank,
doing
thank
with me.
you, and sorry for being late.
No problem, no problem at all. It's my first time in live, so uh, I passed to you was hard to use, right?
Yeah,
Learning and talking, that is the good thing. The important thing, I think, is sharing about experience we had. Thank you so much for sharing yours, and I hope to see you again in this in others live here. He also have a YouTube, guys. I will add the link. I don't know how to put this right now, so when I upload I'll put
the
his
video.
YouTube and his Instagram. He's also popular in TikTok. So if you want to follow TikTok, go ahead. So yeah, I'll pass the word for you.
Well, thanks to you, Bruna, Melissa, for the guys. Well, I only this I don't have any words, but if you wanna become a digital nomadism, just well, ex- first if you're planning to do that, the best tip that I could give to you guys is gonna first start traveling inside your country, because uh, at some point of your journey, that sense of loneliness is gonna hit you really really hard. And if in case you wanna go back to your family, or to your home base, then it's gonna be easier for you, like taking a flight if you're on your own country, instead of being on the other side of the world, which is gonna be expensive, in order to going back to your place. So that could be like the best tip that I could give you to you guys.
Thank you so much for being here again. I will add the link for you guys. So yeah, basically I'll just thank you, my followers, and for everyone is watching right now. Thank you for watching this live. Thank you for being here today. And yeah, that's it. Subscribe in his channel, subscribe in my channel, and I'll try to do more lives. I want to talk more about this travelers, the life of a traveler. So yeah, thank you so much.
Got you. See you. Bye, guys.
Argentina. Let's see. So just to finish the live, I want to read a little of the comments. I have a lot of comments that I couldn't read right now. Thank you so much for each one that is watching the live. I hope that inspired you to travel and work in the same time. But also, if you don't feel is that for you, It's completely understandable. I just wanted to share more about um, what is the life of a person that is working and it's also traveling. So yeah, it's not always a dream. Sometimes you're not in the mood and you're in another country. Sometimes you miss your food, your food from home or your food from your country. So that's something that happens so much. Or sometimes you just need to be to feel comfortable in the place you are, and sometimes you don't feel it. So this is also a good thing I experienced, because that makes you improve yourself. That makes you are out of your comfort zone. Sometimes I can say that I passed through some hard phases that I was not feeling good at all. But I was in a time that I was like, yeah, I cannot panic. I cannot say I will let everything and come home, because I can't go home. So that happens sometimes, and you just have to calm down and say, okay, what is the next step? What I have to do right now? What is the best thing to do? And those things, I think, make you have a different perspective, because always have a different path for you to go. Sometimes you are, I can say, lost in the middle of Amazonia, and you're like, something, everything is so messed up, and you're like, I have no choice. I want to go home, and the right thing or the right path just appear for you. And this is something that not only me, I work with some, I talk with some travelers, and they also experience that sometimes you see yourself in a bad situation and the situation just disappear and good things come. So that, I think, it's really good for you to improve yourself. I think meditation teach you that, to improve yourself and make yourself feeling uncomfortable, makes you I won't say, it's wrong to say, but upgrade yourself, make you improve yourself, make you learn more about yourself. I think this is what I want to share with you. Traveling alone and traveling for a long time while I was traveling, while I was also working, taught me more about myself, taught me more about what I like. Sometimes I thought I like some things because I've learned that I was good to like those things. But when I was traveling, I realized that I didn't like. So for those who want to know more about yourself, I think traveling alone, it's a good path. And traveling as a woman alone, it's not easy. I won't say it's easy, but you definitely can do it. You definitely will experience a feeling that you can do whatever you want. It's not easy. No, it's not. It's not always perfect, but you can do it definitely. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. For my Indian followers, Namaste Bogunara. Thank you for each comment that you let here. Uh, I hope to do more lives. I'm planning to do more lives here. I want to invite um, more YouTubers and more travelers to talk about. I really want to bring you interesting topics to talk, and really sharing not just about me, but about different lives, living in different perspectives about travelers, or sometimes even a person that works in an office that want to do that. I really want to bring knowledge for you guys. Yeah, and that's it. That is my message. That is what I wanted to share. Thank you so much for being here today. And now I end my life. See you guys later and have a good day.